My name is P Nail. You can reach me at Facebook, P Nail Rogers, or Instagram at A Plus Print and Design. You can check me out either way if you need some more information after I, do this course. Like I said, my name is P Nail. Trying to do something, good, give back to my community right now by helping, a lot of us repair our credit so we can live the quote unquote American dream. I did the research. I got scammed, so that's what made me do the research. I figured out the secret, what it is to do, why people paying all this money to get it done, and why people charging all this money to get it done when it's really something you can do yourself and for free, and it's so easy. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start this and get us on the right track. Okay. You have to excuse me because I do have a whiteboard to my right over here, so I'll be cheating by looking at it, but just catch me. But like I said, I started fixing my credit last year about about October. I dug deep into it, got my credit report because I wanted to fix some things in my life. So I started doing things on my own, and I had a couple things fall right off, but then I got to a point where nothing was going right, so I got stuck. So I decided to hire somebody. I gave them $500, and they were supposed to guarantee me a 720 credit score, all the dreams that they sell. And of course I fell for it. I gave them the $500, and come February I noticed nothing had happened at all. Not a notification or nothing. So then I started reaching out on the phone and calling him, and then he pretended to jump on it, and I did see one or two items jump off out of about 50. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna give him another month, which I did. Nothing fell off. So I called him and I told him, I said I felt like he was scamming me and other people. So I started digging into, doing my own research and figuring out what it is they doing, or could possibly be doing. What dream are they selling? I mean, just how does this whole thing work? Because, I've been looking on YouTube and I see certain people say, just do the research, just do the research. But then when you click their link in the description, they want to charge you to tell you what it is you need to know. So I said, you know what? I'm going to figure this out. Man, when I say I figured it out, and it's so easy, okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you my before and after credit real quick. Just look. See? 515 just a couple months ago. 717 today. You have to excuse the poor quality in the picture, but on those phones for security reasons, you can't screenshot it, so I had to use another phone to take a picture of it so you guys can see it. Because I told myself once I figured this out, I was giving live proof of, everything that's taking place so that they'll see that this ain't no scam. I don't mind putting this up. I hope that they don't shut me down because of this, but I'm going to give out the secret verbally, okay? I did reach out on Facebook, and I think about 300 people hit me back, which is very low for something like this. But for those, I told them what to do. And maybe they need to see this video so that they can verbally hear it and be able to comprehend it, and then they can go through the steps. All you have to do is just keep mashing rewind and hearing what I'm saying. So I'm going to tell you every single thing you have to do. Okay. First, what we got to do is gather all our credit reports from Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, okay? Once you get that, okay, you go over everything. I mean, from your spelling of your name, your addresses, old jobs you worked at, etc. I mean, you just go through everything and see what's accurate, what's not. That's the first thing we want to do, is find all the stuff that's inaccurate, rather. And once you find that, then you go, and that'll be your first thing on your list. Inaccurate information or inaccurate accounts. Okay? Now once you do that, you go to the address part. Look at all the addresses, because they report every address that came up on something, a bill or something that you applied for or did or was a part of. It's going to show an address as, you being, the tenant at that residence. Okay? Well, after that, you get your accounts together. 90% of the time it's gonna be a bunch of hospital bill, credit cards, student loan debts, you say it, it's probably there, okay? So after you do that, I'm gonna jump straight in to sugar. I'm not even gonna prolong it anymore, okay? The first thing you wanna do is dispute every address on there but the one you live at. That is the first thing you want to do, okay? Because the reason why I'm saying that, because those accounts that you're getting ready to dispute, they tie you back to that address. When you submit the disputes to these companies, what they're doing is basically a verification process. All this is computer generated. I'll get into it later on how you deal with a specific person. But when you do your initial disputes, you are communicating with a computer. So your wording matters. Okay, in the verification process, what they do is once you submit your dispute and they do the investigation, which is really not an investigation, but they just do this little 3-4 step check. And if these things match up, they send you a notification saying it's the account been verified, when it really wasn't. Okay. What they do is they check your name, spelling has to be correct. They check your address, and the address has to be correct, and we'll get into that later. They check your social security number, okay? Once those things match, they send you a notification saying that your account has been verified. Just that easy. And that's false, because sometimes, when people do a lot of fraudulent activity, they're gonna know your information, especially those couple things. And so the computer's just gonna use those things and say, hey, it's you, pay these collectors. Okay, we're gonna keep your score low, and they do that for a reason. Okay, so that's why it's important to get rid of all of these addresses. Dispute every address on there except the one that you currently live in. You don't know the other address. Your reply could be, hey, I don't live there, never lived there, or it's a fraudulent address, especially if it is. Whatever the reason is, you don't live there, take it off your credit report. Don't dispute any accounts until you have done this, okay? Once you do this, okay, and they come back, which they should come back with addresses, they should come back in about 2 weeks. They got up to 30 days, but with addresses, normally, a week. Sometimes with Experian, it's the next day. But, normally expect 2 weeks. And after that 2 weeks period, or maximum 30-day period, what you do is go and start disputing all these accounts, okay? Not only accounts, but inquiries, especially the ones that's recent. Now, if you got something that's gonna fall off in the next 6 months, don't waste your time. I mean, you can go ahead and do it. I mean, it can't hurt, but especially the ones, because hard inquiries, they last up to about maybe 2 years, I believe. Could be a little longer, but I think 2 years is the max. But that's important, because when creditors check your credit, they're looking at how you've been seeking out credit, who've been denying you, etc. You don't want none of that on your credit report. So once you dispute your accounts and inquiries, okay, when they go to verify, it won't make that complete cycle of verification that they consider is an investigation. Like, it ties your correct spelling of your name, social security number, like I said, and address. Okay, if the address is not associated with you, then that can't be your account. And with credit with the Credit Fair Act, I think that's what it's called, that stuff has to be accurate, and they have to prove that it's accurate. But they can't prove that it's accurate if that address is not on there to what the address says on that account. So that's not you. There's a couple other people that could possibly have your name. You never know, but it has to be accurate. So boom, just that easy. Those falls off, okay? For most of us that don't have mortgages, student loans, or and bankruptcy, etc., stuff like that, that method I just talked to you about, that's gonna boost your score instantly, up to 150 points, ASAP, okay? The secret is never give up. These credit companies, some of them want to play with you. They see that you got them, okay? So what they do is they try to take half. Like if you sent 10 in, 5 of them they're gonna take off no problem. Good faith. BS, I want them all off. So those same 5 that they sent back as accurate, I'm going to dispute it again, challenging the accuracy of your investigation, okay? Boom, what they do is they, out of them 5 you just sent in, 2, maybe 3 they'll take off, but they'll keep sending, 1 or 2 of them after that at you. And you just keep doing it. Like I said, you can't, this is not an overnight process. It took me, like I said, from February, March till now, and I'm a bully when it comes down to disputing my credit. And I advise you to do the same thing. I tell people all the time, I treat Credit Karma and Experian like y'all do Instagram and Facebook. You see everybody on Instagram and Facebook, you always see me on Credit Karma Experian, because I need that in order to quote unquote live the American dream. So I'm gonna be on that, and so far it has helped me. And like I said, I'm showing you the proof again, and being that my credit has changed, to this point, like I've never had a credit card because my credit was always low. I have one of the best credit cards now. And with the credit card, once you get a credit card, a lot of people don't know, they just get that, let's say you get a $1,000 credit limit. What they do is, I got $1,000. They go to swipe, and oh, that's the worst thing you can do. Because credit card companies want to see how you manage that credit, okay? 30% of your credit score is credit utilization, okay? For y'all that don't know what that means, is basically, I'm gonna give you an example. Say they give you $1,000. They only want you to spend about 300 of that, that's 30%, okay? When you go over that 30%, even if you pay it back, your credit score is gonna go down, even though you paid it back, okay? Well, I'm gonna say you didn't pay all of your bill, because when they do this cycle, and if you're at the 30% mark, you good, your credit score goes up high. But if it's over the 30% threshold, your credit score is actually hurting, you understand? Even though you plan to pay on time or whatever, it's just that when they do their little cycle, and they check the available credit on your credit card and it's over 30%, they're gonna hit you. And these credit folks, that's what they're waiting to do. So to combat that, you just pay on time, the regular, stay on 30% for 6 months. Then once you get past that, call and ask for an increase on your balance, and it is legal in their rights to do it for you. As long as you've been doing what you're supposed to be doing in 6 months, they'll increase your value. Your credit score. Not the credit score, I'm sorry. They will increase your limit, okay? And with them increasing your limit, gives you more flexibility in the 30%, more money to spend without going over that 30% threshold. So all in all, take care of your credit cards when you get them. Because the credit cards, even a secure credit card, can help boost your limit as long as you stay under the 30% credit utilization threshold. Sector of the credit bureau consists of this. LexisNexis is the one that holds all evictions. Well, they hold everything for the credit bureau. Everything. That's who the credit bureau is telling you that's verifying your information. LexisNexis. But in order to get evictions off your record, and you really won't be getting off your record, but you will be hiding it so that you can get approved for like apartment or whatever that you need that you can't have an eviction on that will stop you from doing it. But LexisNexis, basically you have to go online, put in your username, sign up for an account, which everybody should, but we don't know about LexisNexis, and you suppress your information. You have a right by law to suppress your information. Once you do that, how can they verify if you got an eviction if your record is suppressed? Now, if they do, you have a right to sue them. They know that, so you don't have to worry about that. Suppress your LexisNexis. Unlock it when you need to get something verified, or you try to apply for credit, X, Y, Z, blah, blah. Unsuppress it, but then suppress it back if you try to get an apartment or something. That with eviction is just that easy. Okay, it's a process, but you gotta do it. Okay, and they will send you something in the mail letting you know that your account has been suppressed and your rights. So make sure you keep that. Okay. Like I said, for its bankruptcies, just get rid of the address. Once you get rid of the address, how can they verify? And another way that I didn't tell you how to fix the bankruptcies is they have to verify that supposedly through the courts, okay? And the courts, when they verify it, they're not going to give your full Social Security. They're only going to give the last 4. But if the credit bureau cannot prove your whole Social Security number, how can it be accurate? Boom, off your credit. So there you go, 2 ways to dispute the bankruptcy. You go down to the court yourself and say, hey, they say I got a bankruptcy on my credit, you know, can I get a copy of something? Because they're not going to give you the actual bankruptcy. Yes, they will, because it's public records, okay? But it's not going to have, it's only going to have your last 4, okay, or not have that. It's one of the two. I think it's not going to have your last 4. Oh, I apologize. It's not going to have your last 4, okay? But they need to be able, just forget about all that. They got to be able to prove it. The paper you get from the courthouse is not going to have the full Social Security number on it. Verify, they can't. Off your credit. If you make it that far, you understand? Once you remove the address, they can't verify it anyway. But if that's one of those 1 or 2 accounts, like I said, it's going to be lingering. That's your way out. Okay, I think I spoke about everything. The details. You can hit me up, P-Nail Rogers on Facebook or A+ Print Design on Instagram if you need to ask me the questions. Matter of fact, I'm encouraging you all to ask me questions. And what I'll do is when I shoot my next video, I'll answer every last question. And yeah, matter of fact, I'll make that whole video just answering your question, because this is something I want to get out to the community for free. This is how my way of giving back, because they're not telling us how to beat the credit system on purpose, because they want to keep us away from their community. You know, quote unquote American dream, but over there. So they suppress us in certain communities and lifestyles because we have no clue about credit, because they don't teach us that in school. But that population of people, you know, that information is handed down from generation, not ours, okay? Because as far as I can go back, I've been hearing all my family members talking about bad credit. So that's why we was living like this, and I became to understand this is lifestyle. No, it's not. Get your credit together. That's your opportunity at a better life. And I'm just now taking advantage of that. So, I'll see y'all later. Like I say, P-Nail Facebook, A+ Print Design, Instagram. Hit me up. See you next video. Remember, the secret to all this now is get rid of them addresses. Get rid of them addresses, nothing can be verified. I'm telling you, remember, that is the secret. They ain't telling you what to dispute. Get rid of those addresses. You never stayed there, you never lived there, fraudulent address, whatever. Get rid of that. They can't verify that stuff.